Today, I'm going to start with the scripture and just read it straight out of Proverbs. There is a passage in Proverbs chapter 8 that has jumped off the page recently to me, so I'm just going to read verses 32 through 35. And it says, "Now then, my sons, listen to me. Blessed are those who keep my ways. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Do not ignore it. Blessed is the man who listens to me, watching daily at my doors, waiting at my doorway. For whoever finds me finds life and receives favor from the Lord." I think the reason why it is convicting to me or jumped off the page is that it's really easy to reach a place where you trust God and you desire for Him to live through you. And He's done cool things in your life and He's worth following. It's also very easy for that to become very passive and to rest in the things He's taught you in the past and your view of Him and what you know of Him, your knowledge of Him and overall wisdom of God, and not build in consistent habits that allow you to know Him all the more, where you continue to find out more about Him and you continue to seek Him. And my experience is the only way for that to happen, and what I feel like I'm just hearing from multiple other large voices that are writing books and preaching great sermons, are habits and consistency and the practices that we build into our life in order for that to happen. My story for the day to link to this is my observation of my grandpa, Don. He has been passed away for many years now, but in his final years of life, in his 80s, he was reading through the book of Leviticus. And I just remember this actually kind of the story through my dad. And even though my grandpa Don had a very good, I think, accurate view of God and His grace and His need for Him, and was just very mature in his faith, even in his final years, he was still daily scripture reading and in a book of the Bible that I would actually say is one of the harder books to read or to understand, all these laws. But I think what my grandpa was getting from it, and what I remember of this story, is that the more you read of the holiness of God and what was required to approach Him and to be right in His eyes, just shows just how holy and perfect He is, and how hard it is to be right in front of Him by our own accord. And all the more reason for why my grandpa had such a tenderness towards what Jesus did on the cross and the grace that was provided through Jesus, because all of that stuff was handled by this perfect lamb, Jesus, being sacrificed and dying on a cross and allowing me to be made right and righteous and able to approach God in prayer without all of these laws and perfect ways of interacting with a living God. And for my grandpa to come upon that type of feeling and deeper knowing of God in his 80s, right near the end of his life, is a real kick in the pants for me to continue to daily wait at His doorway, search and find Him, knowing that that's where I will find true life and that's where I will find favor from the Lord, is a constant daily pursuit of Him and of His presence. And so I don't know if that message for you is right where you already are, and there have been some really sweet habits and consistencies built into your life to be in Scripture, to be in His presence, to be in prayer, and in solitude and quiet with Him. Or maybe that hits you in a place where that isn't consistent, and I can feel it, and I desire more of it, because I know that is where wisdom comes from and where knowledge of God comes from. And the more we know Him, the more we love Him. And the more we love Him, the more that we can trust Him and let Him live and love through us. So get your roots in the stream today, and we will see you again next time.